Test. All right. There we go. Let me check if everything is working again, and then we can start to discuss today's live stream. Give me a moment. Yes, I see the first people coming in. I will do a quick post on X that we are live once again. Laurent, nice to have you back. Nice to see you again. It has been a while. We did the last stream, I think last week on Friday actually. So 4 days ago. Okay, let me set some final stuff up and then we will start to discuss what is going to be next today. Just a second. Yes, yes. Watch now. Alrighty, let's discuss what is going to be next for the day. Just did a quick post on X that we are live, so everybody that does want to can be tuning in here, can be joining in. And yeah, let's discuss what's going to be next here today. iPhone stream open, I think, here. Yes. Yes. Because what do we have ahead of us in about 25 minutes here? It is going to be a very important day, in my opinion, because we have the US unemployment rate and both the non-farm payrolls dropping today. And that is some labor market data we've not seen in quite a long time. Of course, since the US government shutdown, we've not seen a lot of data. So this is most definitely going to be a big moment. And of course, a key insight for the Fed to be making their rate cut decision on. To be making their rate cut decision on. And if we are going to zoom in on those rate cut odds, I'm also going to open the chat here on the right. Let's see what the rate cut odds are doing at the moment. So what the market is expecting. Of course, the next meeting is still far and far away, so we should not be too worried or too excited because the data we are going to have in the 25 minutes. But yeah, of course, it is going to play a big role here up until the 28th of Jan, which is going to be that next FOMC meeting. The Fed is not expected to cut the interest rates at that next meeting once again here. So let's see how this will be playing out here. Zooming into today's data, coming back to Tuesday here. We have the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate is forecasted to come in higher than expected, much higher than expected actually, at 4.6. And non-farm payrolls, that jobs report is expected to come in at 55k here. But we have both the October and November non-farm payrolls job here. So that is going to be interesting. I think this is some delayed data actually. From after the US government shutdown in, of course, October. But yeah, both October and November data points. The November report is what we would have always seen in December, but I think that October report was delayed due to the US government shutdown. I'm not 100% completely sure. But yes, I think that was the case. So interesting, we have two data sets of that incoming and one unemployment rate of November. So not the unemployment rate of October. 4.6% to be forecasted here. And for the non-farm payrolls, we should be looking into the October report, forecast 55k, and then the November report, forecast 25k. So yeah, let's see how it will be coming in here. Of course, you do want to see the non-farm payrolls coming in lower than expected if you are betting on rate cuts, because you do want to see the labor market weakening, because that will heighten the chance of more rate cuts, of course. And on the other hand, what you also want to see, and that is why Thursday is going to be such an important day with the CPI inflation data, you do also want to see the inflation coming in lower than expected. Most of the times you do want to see inflation cooling down. That is probably not going to be the case, because the tariffs inflation is going to, or is expected to, hit the markets now. But actually in true inflation we are coming down ever so slightly here, as I'm looking into the data, in 2.7% inflation top. But it would be logical, if you see how we have been developing the inflation here, that we do see some higher CPIs coming out in the near future. But if you are going to see CPIs lower than expected, then I think we might be seeing another rate cut at the beginning of next year. But I think at the next meeting, Powell was indeed a little bit hawkish, more hawkish than dovish. Of course, the Fed started buying treasury bills again, but that is not based on monetary policy. It could be a start off from something we are not seeing. Maybe there is indeed a lot of stress in the banking system. Maybe that's why the Fed is trying to stimulate it. But yeah, we don't know all of that stuff quite certain. We just have to look into the data that's available to us, and from of that we can be making some decisions, and we can be making some expectations of how 2026 is going to be looking like. For Bitcoin, we discussed it in this morning's update video, of course. Breakdown of the bear flag, a potentially bearish retesting coming here, which is going to be interesting. If we reclaim the bear flag, we might be invalidating the pattern, which could be a very good thing. But I think there's a bigger chance that we see a bearish retest, and from there continuation to the downside. Looking into Bitcoin at the short term, like I stated in this morning's update video, the Bitfinex longs keep on, or the Bitfinex wills keep on buying during the dip. Bitfinex longs are still moving higher, and actually at the 15th of December, which was yesterday, during most of the dip here to the downside, here on the 15th, the Bitfinex wills actually started increasing their long positions on Bitcoin. So that is definitely very interesting. So yeah, which direction is it going to be for Bitcoin? That is the big question we have here ahead of us. So let's see where we can be moving next to. It is most certainly going to be a very interesting period in sides of the market. So yeah, let's see about exactly that. What else do we have? Of course, that Bank of Japan rate hike on Friday. So after Thursday with inflation data, Friday in the morning for me, we have the Bank of Japan interest rate decision. Also the inflation rate in Japan. Lots and lots of stuff actually. Bank of Japan Governor Ueda's speech, that's at 6:30, and then at 7 a.m. the interest rate decision. So in Japan apparently we have the speech before and the interest rate decision after. Interesting. I did not know that. For the FOMC it's literally the other way around, but okay. But this rate hike is actually getting priced in by the markets now. So yeah, I'm not expecting that there is going to happen a lot. The only thing that could be driving Bitcoin much lower in the near future is going to be the US stock market falling because of panic hitting the markets, because Japan is going to hike the rates. That's always going to be a possibility we should be aware of. Looking into the US stock market. There we go. There we go. One daily. It's interesting because the US stock market made a very weak all-time high, and if that is going to be the top for the US stock market, it is, or we closed at all-time highs, we did not make new all-time highs. We closed at new all-time highs. It is an interesting pattern, I would say. I would love to see the US stock market gaining some strength here and truly move higher, because this is quite the interesting pattern, I would say. Quite the interesting pattern with a double top scenario playing out here and weaker all-time high. I don't know if there was also weaker volume. Yeah, much weaker volume also. It's not looking that good, I must honestly say. Here we had like a big volume push, I think. Yeah. Volume has basically been coming down since then. So, yeah. Not looking very amazing. How's the RSI doing? RSI also coming down. Major bearish divergence. Interesting. Yeah, but the only way I could see Bitcoin dumping much further to the downside is going to be a break of the US stock market, because panic hitting the markets of that interest rate hike. It's just important that you're going to be aware of exactly this, because just before a meeting like this, I would not be opening a trading position. So simply be aware of that, because it is most definitely going to be causing some volatility. Then let me quickly show you guys something. Because then we should switch over to ETH a little bit, because this is everything we have for Bitcoin. I rejected the yearly open once again, by the way. But yeah, if you have been watching the update videos, you do know about the yearly open by now. Massive resistance or support for Bitcoin most of the times. And in this case, it's big resistance for Bitcoin. We are still trading an uptrend with another higher low in this case. So yeah, we've not made a new low here. So that's looking good. The uptrend remains to be intact indeed. But let's see, we are going to see a decision there very soon, I would say. ETH, same story with the yearly open. Also a big rejection there at the yearly open. On the SMA, we saw a bearish crossover with the 100 weekly and the 50 weekly moving average lines. Actually, the 50 weekly crossing under the 100 weekly. So a bearish crossover. And since then, or actually not since then, but these 4 candles, or actually, yeah, 4 candles, we have not been able to close above the 50 weekly moving average for ETH. So that is not looking ideal, I must say. And I think it could be finding some strength if we close above that 50 weekly moving average candle. From there we can see continued move. But for something like that to be happening, I think Bitcoin needs to break back into the pattern here and not drop further to the downside, I would say. So yeah, let's see about exactly that. In about 15 minutes we have the data coming out. So it is going to get interesting. For the people that don't know yet, I'm also active in this private trading community. Make sure to come and check it out, Alpha Cartel. If you're getting interested, make sure to come over to Alpha Cartel, where I'm sharing more and more trading updates. And once the market gets more active, I think a lot of people will be sharing more trading positions here within the group once again. We do have some major updates coming for the VIP community. It's going to be insane. We are going to be scaling up this group like crazy in 2026, but also here at the end of 2025. So make sure to join now, so you're not going to miss out on everything that will be happening here, because it is going to be insane. It is going to be amazing. So make sure to be there. And I can say the same. Actually, we closed our Ethereum trading position quite some time ago. That was something I was updating about a lot in the VIP channel also. We closed the trade in a profit, and now actually I'm looking into new trading positions. But I think, yeah, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin's continuation from here. But actually, where do I have to chart? These are the levels I'm currently looking into. Yeah, these are levels I'm currently looking into for Bitcoin. News bullish for gold. News are bullish for gold will be. The gold has been performing very well once again, just like silver. Bitcoin versus silver chart, absolutely insane. Maybe it's not the best way to chart Bitcoin against the best performing asset of the moment. It's not, yeah. I don't know how relevant it actually is, but it are quite insane charts, of course. But I would not say Bitcoin versus silver is something I make my trading decisions on. But on the other hand, if you look into this, it is quite insane on the logarithmic time frame. Here on the RSI, by far the most oversold levels ever, both on the weekly but also on the monthly. I was actually one of the first to spot this on the charts and to share it on X. Yeah, it is insane. It is quite insane. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Then let's see what we have ahead of us here. Do you have a job offline? No, I'm jobless. I'm fully into crypto. I'm jobless, unemployed. I'm definitely an have a negative impact on the unemployment rate, but I'm not living in the USA, so it doesn't matter that much. Um, let's see what we had today. We had some news. We did not see a lot. It was actually quite a boring day once again, I would say. Um, let's check on Rover's channel what we had. So far, China has done everything we negotiated. Um, Peasant calls to ban stock trading. Kevin Warsh is now expected to become the next Fed chair, which is an interesting stat we can talk about. Where is it? Fed decision. Polar market is only given it 21% chance of a 25 bps rate cut. But here we have who's Trump going to nominate as the next Fed chair, Kevin Warsh or Kevin Hassett. Let's see. It is going to be interesting. Most certainly. Because this will decide a lot of the monetary policy we are about to see in 2020, 26, of course. So yeah, guys, in 10 minutes we have the data coming in. In 10 minutes, unemployment rate and the non-farm payrolls of 2 consecutive months. What is it going to look like? Like say, Bitcoin has been very boring today, I would say. Not a lot happened here. Let me go in. Just 1 second, I have to send a quick message. We'll be back. All right. Back to the chart. Sorry, I had to send one quick message out there. So yeah, it has actually been quite a boring day here with Bitcoin on the Bitcoin indeed on the 5 minute. We have been coming up ever so slightly back towards that 87k level, and ETH on the 5 minute chart. There we go. Yeah, not that interesting. Also, basically exactly the same as Bitcoin. ETH has just been following Bitcoin all the way here. Data in 5 minutes. I will put the data besides Bitcoin and ETH here, and then open X, where I was also discussing some news actually. So what else did we have today? Not a lot, not a lot. Not a lot of new stuff actually. Maybe in the VIP group we had some stuff. Some training setups, of course. We did hit quite the insane setup by Razel once again with his Bitcoin short, where he shorted Bitcoin from off about 90k to 88.5, which is of course with some good leverage. An amazing trade once again by Razel. So very good. And he was eyeing this setup for a longer time here. So everybody did have the time to adjust their positions and to make their positions basically. So once again, an amazing trade by Razel. He has been spot on with his trades, I must say. Polaris, I also like his charts a lot. Others here, where he's looking into the break. What else do we have? ETH broke the parabolic wave. Lots of stuff. Alright, I don't want to show too much because that's not going to be fair for the current members. And also in, what is it? 3 minutes we have the data coming in. So let's keep our eyes on the data now because this could be causing some volatility here. Let's go back to X and let's, for the last time, discuss what the expectations are. Here, back to the non-farm payrolls. 2 reports, October and November. First, we are looking to the October one on the 90k previous, forecast 55k. November, forecast 25k. Unemployment rate, if it's going to come in higher than 4.6, it's going to be good for rate cut odds. If that's not going to be the case, And we should also keep our eyes here on those odds for Jan 2026, by the way. One minute. 1 minute. What is it going to be? Notifications. We are ready. Da-da-da. Okay, it should be coming out now. Payrolls rises to 64k, estimate 50k, US unemployment rate 4.6, estimated 4.5. November numbers, we should look into this here. It's better. Non-farm payrolls. We are not seeing any October data. Oh, there it is. Minus 105. What the hell is this kind of data? What is that for data? Let's discuss that in a minute. What is Bitcoin doing? Well, crazy volatility. What the hell? Crazy volatility. Let's go back to those notifications. Use of payrolls falls 5k. Minus 25k. This is all government and an outlier. Okay, so the unemployment rate came in higher than expected, as I'm reading now on X. I'm also going to do some quick posts. Bitcoin's doing better than ETH here. The dollar is also dropping by a lot now. Whoa, ETH is coming down like crazy. Okay. I'm trying to make something of the data, guys. Give me a moment. Because we just saw a lot dropping. Okay, interesting. I'm reading that the rate cut odds are spiking a little bit. Yes, indeed, 25 BPS rate cut odds are moving higher. I think because of the unemployment rate here. US payrolls revised down 33k combined over August and September. The unemployment rate is now at the highest level since September 2021. Interesting, and the rate cut odds are spiking for Jan. Let's see how it's looking at CME. At CME, it's still the same. And we saw a very revised report also coming in October. Yeah, all the data is uploaded now, so we can dive into it. Actually, we saw two reports coming out. For October, the non-farm payrolls were revised to minus 105k, which is quite insane, actually. And I think we can indeed see the same here, minus 105k. But this was a revision from of more months during the US government shutdown, if I'm reading this correctly at the moment. So that was it for October. And for November, we saw the expected number at 40k, actual 64. So the US added a little bit more jobs than expected during the November month, but actually all of the months before that were not so good. And the rate cut odds here are indeed spiking up now to 29%. You can see it happening here because of the data. And I think the reason for this is mostly the unemployment rate, because the unemployment rate has not been this high since 2021. So yeah, that's it. And whoa, eat some big volatility indeed. All right, so that was it. Conclusion, I would say bullish for the rate cut odds, because that is what we are seeing coming up now. But we have so many more data points coming in. Oh, it's actually falling back now. We have so many more data points coming in the next few days, weeks, up until the next FOMC. So I don't want to put too much of value on the data and on the odd performance we see now. It's actually coming back down to the numbers we saw before, and Bitcoin ETH actually dumped if you compare of where we started from. But yeah, let's see how the rate cuts will continue overnight. If this is going to look higher tomorrow morning, that's going to be interesting. From say Fed Watch to 24% still. Yeah. All right. And then that was it once again. We've seen the data. I think we'll be end the stream for now, because there is still not a lot more to talk about, unfortunately. I'm also trying my best to come up with as much stuff as possible, but yeah, the market is still kind of boring, I would say. If you're still looking for a place to trade, make sure to sign up on Lbank, claim your 1k generous refund and your 500 USDT bonuses with that link in the description under this live stream. Also, you can join the VIP Telegram group with this link in the description. So make sure to check it out if you're getting interested in that. And from there, I do want to end the stream for today. Thanks everybody once again for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Yeah, the market is just still very boring. And once again, we see not that good of a reaction. Actually, we see somewhat of a bounce back up now. So let's see. Let's see what's going to be next here. Actually, reversal. Okay. Okay, guys. Yes, I'm going to end it for today. Thank you all. Thanks all of you guys for watching once again. Amazing to have seen you guys. And yeah, together we are going to build up the live streams once again towards that next FOMC. I have to look into tomorrow if there's going to be a good reason to be live once again. If there is, I will be. If there is something happening in the markets, I will be going live immediately. But yeah, lately there is not that much happening. So there are less opportunities where we can be live streaming together. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys within my next update video tomorrow morning or the next live stream a little bit later.